Ahoy, hoy, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the O Show. I'm O, and I'm here for your amusement. All right. Mortal Kombat 2 is currently in theaters, y'all. Okay, yes, it is. It is. And look, it was pretty good. I do have to say. So, if you are a fan of Mortal Kombat, the games and the movies, you would know back in the 90s, probably can't see it. This is a 4-pack of there's Mortal Kombat 2, Annihilation, and Mortal Kombat Legacy, which was like the series they made, and then for no reason, Spawn is on here because they all go together. I don't know, but yeah, Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I should have talked shit about those movies before seeing this movie. And then, of course, back in 2021, we got the rebooted Mortal Kombat. Ooh, Mortal Kombat reboot. Which was okay for what it was. It was way better than the ones in the 90s. But there were just some things in there. You're just like, what? Including this whole like Cole Young thing. And yeah, so anyway, Mortal Kombat 2. Honestly, I don't think you really need to watch the first one. I mean, you do just to kind of see what led to some events in this one, but they do like a recap of stuff. And the first Mortal Kombat did a really good job of setting up these characters so that way when this movie came in, you already know who's established, and we just get the shit on the road, right? The movie starts off with King Jarrett talking to his daughter, Katana, a young Katana. So I like that they give love to Jarrett because you always like hear about him in the games and the comic books. And I used to always just throw me off because I have played every Mortal Kombat game. I've owned every Mortal Kombat game at one point. Except the brand new one, the Mortal Kombat 1 reboot. The second reboot. This franchise has been rebooted twice. So the current one is out now. I played it. My cousin has it, and I played it at his place. And I could see the good, I could see the bad. So I'm not missing out on anything. But yeah, so we finally get to see Jarrett in something being represented. And so he's about to fight Shao Kahn. It's the 10th tournament. And in Outworld versus Edenia. And yeah, you guys, we got our first big, huge fight scene between Jarrett and Shao Kahn. It was actually pretty good. I liked the fight scene. And seeing that one, just like they did in the first one when they had Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight together. You're like, oh, ooh, this is what's gonna set up the movie, right, to be good. But I hope it doesn't trick us like the first movie did, because that was like the best fight scene. Everything else was just like, okay, whatever. Did you see the movie? Okay, so the people of Edenia are chanting like, Jarrett, our king. Jarrett, our king. But then I was kind of looking because I wanted to see what was going on in the background. I wanted to see the sets. I want to see what they did, what Edenia looks like. And I couldn't help but notice, but like the chanting didn't match the extras' mouths. There was this one lady who stood out. She was not saying Jarrett, our king at all. On beat with everyone else. So I was like, uh-oh. They didn't catch that in editing. But anyway, you guys, Jarrett dies because that's what's happened. That's what happens in the game. So Shao Kahn defeats Jarrett. He takes Sindel as his queen, and he adopts Katana. Okay, well, we knew it was going to happen. That's what happens in Mortal Kombat. It's sad when Katana sees her dad, like, dead on the ground. But you know what's so weird, though? Before that, Sindel is holding Katana, and she's like, Katana, don't look. Like, close your eyes. Close your eyes, right? And then they kind of go back to Shao and Jarrett. And then when they cut back to Katana, Sindel is, like, standing over there. And Katana's now here, obviously looking. She didn't do what her mom told her. But I thought that was weird that, like, one moment, Sindel is holding her daughter, like, don't look. And then the very next scene, they're standing, like, this far apart from each other. And I was like, did she let Katana go? Like, how do you tell a child don't look and then she'd be like, okay, go, look. So that was weird. That was a weird editing. I don't know if anyone caught that. Mm-hmm. We get a scene where Jade, right, is Katana's bodyguard, and they're training out in the forest. And one thing that has come up when they even announced the movie, or after they announced the movie, it started showing pictures of the set and certain characters, is the fact that Jade is bald. And I thought I heard or read that the movie's going to explain why she's bald, because why just make this character bald? She's not bald. Jade has long black hair in every game. So I was just trying to see, like, if it meant anything, and it does not. Nothing is explained on why Jade is bald. I like the character. I like the way she was portrayed in this movie. But why is she bald again? I don't know. They gave her tattoos on her bald forehead. I was trying to read the tattoos to see what they were, but I don't know. That still makes no sense to me, but okay. Then we're introduced to pretty much what the movie is going to be focusing on. So, in the video game, there are these amulets, right? Amulets? Amulet. And, there was this one that belonged to Shinnok. Now, in the first movie, we see Kano stealing the amulet, right? And then Kano dies later in the first movie. And so now, Shao Kahn, because he's always fucking cheating. He's cheating in the video games too. He's like, well, if I get my hands on this amulet from Shinnok, he is pretty much like invincible, right? He's like fucking immortal every time someone does something to him. So that's pretty much what the movie like revolves around. Okay, fine. I'll take it. Because, you know, this is just that Mortal Kombat lore. Like, you guys talk about it all the time in the games. Like, let's do it. So, that's what's happening. So, anyway, after that, we now get to our quote-unquote main character. Because the way they throw it to us in our faces. Johnny Cage, right? Who is played by Keith Urban, a.k.a. Butcher from The Boys. And I get it. Like, that was the other thing that people kept talking about. Like, why is he playing Johnny Cage? Like, that's so weird. So I get it. He's this washed up, older actor. So it's not like young Johnny Cage, right? He had his movie career. He's done these movies. He was hot to trot at the time. And now he's just older, right? We show him at this Comic-Con thing. And he's at his table with his videos and things. And no one's going to his table to see him. We get like this little like snippet of one of his movies. I think it was Uncaged. Uncaged? Which movie was it? I don't know which movie it was. But that was kind of funny. Funny and cheesy. Yeah, so he's packing up his car. And he gets approached by Raiden and Sonya, which was just the weirdest scene. Just the way the dialogue was. Hey, Johnny Cage, you have been chosen for Mortal Kombat. And Sonya's all like, yeah, no, it's true. You gotta come with us, blah, blah. And did you notice his car is like not parked in a parking spot? I don't know if he just kind of drove up to, I don't know. It's weird. I got distracted by that too. Like, why is this car just in the middle of the lane? It looks like it's where you know, this lane drive this way, this lane you drive that way. But his car is just right there. And not in a spot. All right, whatever. But, so Raiden displays his lightning, and then Johnny sees that he's for real and walks through it, right? So now we see Jax, we see Liu Kang, we see Cole Young who's there, and then you got Sonya. So we got the 4 chosen warriors waiting around at Raiden's Sky Temple. Raiden's there as well because the tournament has started, and they're like, Johnny Cage, you have been selected. So he does his whole thing like, yeah, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not doing this. He's like, I want to go home. So Raiden's like, okay, bye. But what he doesn't know is like, he's part of the tournament. Either way, you say yes or no. Which I thought was kind of funny. Because we see Johnny at this bar. And I'm pretty sure the bartender was Ed Boon, right? Right? I'm pretty sure it was. I think he even said Ed. So I was like, oh, okay. I don't think that's supposed to be like a joke. Like, I think that's really supposed to be him doing a cameo in this movie. So, yeah, anyway, they explained with the tournament, there's this hourglass. So whenever the sand in this hourglass finishes, a new fight starts. and you're just magically teleported to a spot. Okay, I kind of like that. It's like, you're fighting in the video game and you pick a stage. It's just any stage, and that's where you fight. We see Quan Chi, who looks really weird. I was waiting to see what he looked like in this movie. He didn't look bad. It's just that, I really hate Quan Chi. I get the character. I was never a Quan Chi fan, and he always looked goofy in the video games. He's okay. I was just never a big fan of this man. So, anyway, he resurrects Kung Lao because reasons. So, he resurrects Kung Lao, and then Kung Lao is now one of the fighters in the tournament. So, there's 5 fighters on the side of the good and the side of the bad. So, Kung Lao is on the bad. And then we see Quan Chi walking around with Kano's dead body. He's like, I think it's called a Kano. But they get the amulet out of his pocket. So they bring him back to life. First of all, he resurrects Kano. And this is why Kano's in the movie. I don't understand why we needed Kano in the movie, but he is. And I'll tell you one thing, too, just in case I forget. Like, Kano is funnier than Johnny Cage. Kano's already like a cool character in the first movie, but now they just made him extra funny in this movie. I feel like he's upstage to Johnny Cage. Because Johnny Cage was saying funny shit too, right? There's like a joke to like Big Trouble in Little China where he's talking about Raiden's outfit and shit. Like, you get it, because that's what the video game was based off of, that movie. So, yeah, they bring Kano back to life. And then they're like, well, you stole this amulet. And he goes, oh, here it is. And even Jade is like, we could have just went through his pocket. We had to bring him back to life for this. And I was like, preach, girlfriend, because why y'all need to bring him back? Just search him. Did you search his body first? I can see if they searched him and then was like, you stole this thing. Where is it? And then he takes them to it. Okay, I get that. But the shit is literally in his pocket. Quan Chi. Why don't you know this? So the tournament starts, and the first fight we see is between Katana and Johnny Cage. And I'm like, oh shit, well, someone's gonna die. So Katana beats Johnny Cage. However, she doesn't kill him, right? Shao's there watching. He even says, finish him. But what was really cute, I'm hoping people kind of knows this in the theater, but Johnny's defeated, and he's just like doing this. Shao Kahn says finish him, and then Katana doesn't, and then he falls over, and I was like, oh, it's like in the game. Because in the game, you guys, once he says finish him, you do a move, there's a fatality, right? But if you fuck it up, or you just forget what to do, or whatever, your guy would just seriously just do this, and then in the end, he just falls over, and the match is over. So I like what they did there, to just have him like swaying. And I was chuckling. The next fight takes place between Sindel and Sonya, and Sindel's main move is her Banshee Scream, so she's doing that a lot. I like the way it was utilized in this game. Sonya has her rings, and they are fighting at the bottom of the pit, one of the most famous stages in the Mortal Kombat games, right? So they're at the bottom, there's spikes on the poles that are going up, and there are spikes coming out of the ground. And that was a cool fight. Sonya wins. Liu Kang shows up at Raiden's temple and throws his hat. And when the hat is coming back to him, it just so happens to pass by Raiden's neck. Slices open Raiden's neck. Now, Raiden's not dead, but this hurt him. Isn't Raiden like a god? Is Raiden mortal at this time? I don't know. Obviously he's not mortal because he's not dead, but he's weakened by the neck cut. Right? But then, the next fight takes place, and it's between Liu Kang and Kung Lao. Which, now, after the first fight with Jared and Shao Kahn, I think this is probably like the best fight in the movie between Liu Kang and Kung Lao. Man, that hat he keeps throwing, Kung Lao was not playing. And Liu Kang wins. He does a fatality on Kung Lao, using his own hat. And I like that that's actually one of the finishing moves like in the game. So I do like that as well. And another thing too, there's a fight with Cole and Shao Kahn. And now they're fighting on the acid bridge, right? From Mortal Kombat 2. And I think it comes up in a later game. But the acid pit, you guys, is in this. And so Shao Kahn beats Cole Young because why would Cole Young live? I already knew. It's funny, like, watching these fights. Well, I didn't know what was going to happen between Katana and Johnny. But I'm like, but they're both still in the movie. So someone has to win, but someone is not going to die. So that was kind of weird. But everyone else, I kind of knew, like, okay, they're obviously going to be dying. Like, I kept ruining it for myself. But yeah, Cole Young dies crazily. I guess the filmmakers are like, well, some people liked them, some people didn't, so let's just get rid of them. So there's no more Cole Young. But the point is, like, I do like the way the stages are, but you can tell, like, you know, in the background, everything is like green screen. So there were some parts that just kind of take me out. But like, we see the blue portal stage in the background of Liu Kang and Kung Lao. So that was cool. But again, at the same time, you could tell, like, I didn't expect the most. Let's say that. I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying, like, they had to do a lot to get this background and the stage. It looks nice, but there are sometimes you just look at it, you're like, okay. Not bashing it at all. It's still beautiful. So I guess, like, wounding Raiden was on purpose. Like, was he supposed to kill him or just wound him? I don't get it. I guess he was supposed to kill him because he got called away, like, as shit was happening. Because Shang Tsung shows up. Have I talked about Shang Tsung yet? Shang Tsung is in the movie. So he shows up because he has the amulet. And what he does is he charges it using Raiden's, like, life force from his wounded body, right? So that's how you get the amulet. I hate saying that word. Amulet. That's how you get it charged. You have to use the power of a god. So Shang Tsung charges it, and of course he's a sneaky bastard, so he tries to keep it for himself. But Quan Chi's like, no, motherfucker, like, it's not yours. Give it to Shao. So Shao uses it, and yeah, and then the fight between him and Cole takes place, and that's actually how he beats Cole, because Cole pretty much technically kind of should have won, but Shao's wounds healed themselves, and that's why Cole dies. So I don't know. Then the movie kind of gets weird. Like, the story is just, and I get it with a movie like Mortal Kombat. Like, you're trying to please the fans and do all you can and think of creative ways to introduce people, but then it kind of got weird because all of a sudden, I think it was Shao who was like, well, you know, for no reason. Remember that Bihan guy? Let's just resurrect him. And it's weird because stuff starts happening, like, really fast. Like, so they go and they resurrect Bihan, aka Sub-Zero, if you're not familiar. But then Quan Chi's like, you are now Noob Saibot. Okay. Well, how come when you resurrected, you know, like, what's his name? Kung Lao? Kung Lao. You resurrected Kung Lao, or was it like, well, your new name is Homer Thompson or something? Like, why do you resurrected Kano? Kano's still Kano, but then you resurrect Bihan and be like, you're now Noob Saibot. Now, mind you guys, that is what happens in the game. Like, the story of Noob Saibot is he was resurrected and then he became Noob Saibot. But it's just so weird that watching it, like I said, we can't drag it on. It could be it could have been one thing if he was already resurrected for something else, and then he took on the persona of Noob Saibot. Like, no, I am not Bihan anymore. I am Noob Saibot. Anyway, it's just so funny. He's just like, ooh, you're now Noob Saibot. So that happens, and then we get this, like, so. If you're a fan of Baraka, Baraka is badass. He's been badass since Mortal Kombat 2, the video game. So we get Baraka. I wasn't mad at his design at all. I was wondering how he's going to be talking with that all the teeth. I wasn't mad at it, right? So, but his storyline is kind of weird. Like Katana is going back and forth visiting Earthrealm on the low, and she's talking to them, and they're like, "Well, we need to get this amulet. If we can get this amulet and destroy it, we could destroy Shao Kahn, right? Because that's how he's winning. He's cheating." They're like, "Okay, well, we're gonna get to the castle and get it." And so she has this map. And she's like, "But I don't know. All the entrances are guarded by guards and blah, blah, blah. Except this one tunnel. And the reason it's not guarded is because it's the service entrance to the Tarkatans. And so you hear that. You're like, oh, Baraka's coming. And then all of a sudden, we're just in the land of Tarkatans. Where's the service tunnel? So... Because my thing is like, couldn't you just go around the Tarkatans and get to the... It's not like they were in front of the service tunnel. We're just in the land of their people. We couldn't just bypass them? You just said there's no guards guarding the gate. So anyway, they have this idea to go talk to Baraka. And if they could gain his trust, they could get him to help. That's what happens. So Liu Kang wants to fight him, but he declines. And then Johnny Cage says all this shit. And Baraka's like, well, fuck that. I'll fight you instead. So we get a funny fight scene between that. And he does his nut punch to Baraka. And Baraka likes it. Baraka gets punched in the dick. And is like, you know what? I like her fighting style. Okay, Baraka. And so all of a sudden we get this weird ass scene where we're in the service tunnels now. All of a sudden we're there. And everyone is wearing like these cloaks, right? And they're sneaking around in the dark. And then Baraka is fighting these guards, which only ends up being like 2. Well, I guess it was like a third one lurking in the dark somewhere. But I thought it was going to be like 20 guards in front of this gate or something or whatever. But no, it's only like 2 or 3. And Baraka kills them and goes, all right, well, I'm not allowed in the castle. This is as far as I can take you. What? Did we need Baraka for all this? Where'd the clothes come from? I don't know. That was kind of weird to me. Like, oh, I guess it's bye bye Baraka, right? I thought he was going to be in the rest of in the movie. No, you guys, that's it. They just needed to put him there just so that it pleased people like me, I guess. Use him. Okay, he did a lot of the shooting of his spikes or whatever you call them that come out of his arms. I was waiting for him to like shred somebody like in the game. That's a popular game move that he has. I was waiting for him to like do a spin that he does, but he just did a lot of the shooting of the things. I was like, okay, fine. I guess I can't have everything. I wanted to see him eat somebody, like kind of like Melina in the first movie, which I still don't understand why they put Melina in the first movie. But anyway, yeah, Baraka was very underutilized. Like, I don't think we needed that. It was so weird. I feel like something was cut. Was there a cut scene there? I don't know. So once they're in the castle, I don't know why they all just don't walk up at the same time, but like one person walks up. Who the hell was it? Was it Liu Kang? I think it's Liu Kang. And they see the amulet is like in this thing that Quan Chi caged it in, so it's really hard to open. So Shao and Liu are fighting, and then Jax comes and he joins the fight, and then Johnny and Sonya come, and again, they were all together at one point. Like, what the hell were they doing? Exploring the castle? They all just kind of come in like one by one, like, where were you at, in the bathroom? While Liu Kang is getting his ass beat by Shao Kahn. Then Noob shows up and starts fighting. Wait, no, is that right? No, Noob's not there. Or is he? I don't remember. Jax ends up losing his arm, and then Shao kills him, so Jax is dead now. They managed to get the Noob does show up because they managed to get the thing, the A word. I'm not saying that word again. The A word, the magical thingy. They managed to get it out. I think Noob grabs it. It takes it to the Netherrealm. Yeah. And so there was like, well, damn it. What do we do now, right? I think that's what's happening. So Kano comes over to Raiden and he's talking and he's like, yeah, I did this and I did that, but I know where it's at. Shibby dibby doo. And so all of a sudden, like, Kano flips and now he's on the good side, right? And so Raiden's like, okay, well, I'm going to send you guys to the Netherrealm and I'm going to get you a guide to help you while you're there. And I was like, oh, okay. Because how else would you get Scorpion in this movie? So now we see Hanzo, and he's in hell, playing in a garden. I guess he created this, like, mirage of a landscape with trees and peaches and his little sand thingy that he's drawing in. And so Johnny and Kano show up. He explains to them, like, what's happening. And then when that all fades away, we realize that we are now in the Netherrealm. And then we get our fight with Noob Saibot. Alright, now let's pause for a minute, you guys, because let me address a couple things. Now, in the first Mortal Kombat movie, the one from 2021, there was this really big storyline revolving around, I think the word is Arcana, right? Is that what that word was? So, in the movie, everyone has, like, these tattoos, right? You have a tattoo of a dragon symbol, which they kept calling, like, a birthmark. And if you have it, that means you were chosen to be in Mortal Kombat. If you kill a person with it, then you get it. Yeah, the power, like, transfers to you or something. And then when you find your true Arcana, or I think that's what the word was they kept using, because it's not in the game. Something they made up for the movie. It'll transfer to you and then you get to learn your powers or whatever, right? There is no mention of this in this movie at all. The only way it should come out would be with Johnny Cage, right? And so there's this fight with Bihan. I'm sorry, not Bihan. Well, he is Bihan, but it's Noob Saibot. Scorpion is there, and Scorpion is like, I'm only here because I'm going to whoop his ass. But he finds out that Noob Saibot is Bihan. So that's cool with the shadow going, because Noob is one of my favorite characters to play as. So I love him so much. So that fight is cool. And Scorpion says his get over here. Like, everyone in the audience went like, yay. And then he ends up pulling him with his spear. And then he yanks the one guy out. Sure, that's probably the Bihan guy. But the Shadow Man is still running around. I didn't understand that. I think I need to rewatch that part. I figured if one dies, the other has to die, right? It's not, I mean, I know it's two, but he's controlled by the other. I didn't understand that part. So, yeah, he kills one and does a really good fatality on him, which is a fatality from the game. Love the fatality of this movie, by the way. But, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I figured the other one would just kind of just drop dead and just disappear. But no, it's still running around. I don't know. Did I look away? I don't know. But anyway, now the other one is still trying to get the amulet from Kano and Johnny. And then there's a part where everyone is just like shooting like lasers and fire and everything at this guy at the amulet. And Johnny Cage is standing there. And then he has this whole like monologue in his head to himself. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Can't you see people are over here like using their powers on this guy? And Johnny's like, if I have the strength in me, like I can. It's just everything with Johnny Cage is like slow motion, or just Carl Urban has to just look up at someone and give them a look, or like something happens, he has to turn around and just give them a look. That happens throughout this whole movie. I'm like, someone could have shot your ass in the back this whole time while you over there talking to yourself. So I guess he finds the strength to do it. And this is where he just magically get his green glowing aura. I forgot what it's called, but his green shadow or whatever. And he uses it, and they defeat the dude. But my point is, what about that whole like, what was the word I said? Arcana? I don't know what it's called, but anyway, what happened to that whole storyline from the first movie? Because I was waiting for him to kill somebody so that he can now get it. Because you established this law in the first movie. All right, that's my rant. Okay, if you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments, because that shit didn't make sense. All of a sudden, you just have this power. Whatever. Shao Kahn ends up beating Liu Kang. And I was like, oh, so we just disrespected Liu Kang in this movie as well? Liu Kang is our champion. Why is he dead? I guess he doesn't die. He talks to himself too. And then he just like kind of floats away. So I'm assuming he's going to come back. Remember when he died in the, like when Armageddon came out and it was like zombie Liu Kang from Deception? No, that was Deadly Alliance. They killed him. They snapped his neck. But anyway, yeah, Shao Kahn beats Liu Kang. And then Liu Kang is like, well, I'm just going to just go fly away into the sky. Anyway, you guys, they destroy the amulet. And amulet? God damn it. Why can't I say that word? Amulet. It's the A word, right? So, it's destroyed. Shao Kahn realizes that, oh shit, my powers are gone. He's fighting with Katana. Katana decides to flip because she's on the side of evil, because she's on outworld side. But when she flips, she's the last standing character in the tournament. Because technically Earth lost, but then when she was like, well, I'm going to defend Earthrealm, then that fire came back to life. And she ends up beating Shao Kahn. Okay, fine, that's cool. Anyway. So, Raiden is alive and well. Katana becomes queen. The Earth is saved. Baraka becomes Johnny Cage's, like, follower. He's, like, listening to every word Johnny Cage says. So, of course, Johnny's just giving all this bullshit. And then everyone shows up at the end, one by one. Like, Raiden shows up, Sonya shows up, Kano shows up. Everyone is there. They do their little walk at the end. And the movie ends. Now, they did tease that there may be a third movie. So, we'll see how long that takes. I will be interested to see who they put into that movie. But, yeah, that's Mortal Kombat 2. Is the story great? No. Do they finally give you a tournament? Yes. Are the characters great? Yeah. I wasn't mad at the characters at all. I thought I read somewhere that people were saying that everyone looks like they're cosplaying, like in outfits. Like, come on, y'all. You get, it's Mortal Kombat. Like, you have to have the outfit somehow. So, I'm not mad at it, except again, it's the most stupidest thing, but why the fuck did you make Jade bald? I know it's dumb, but it makes no sense. So, yeah, I'll be curious to see what characters they use next. They could have used some characters from the first movie. Like, I still don't understand why Natara had to be in the first movie. Like, who the fuck cares about Natara? They use Mileena, not Katana. Okay, I love that they now use Katana for a full storyline of the movie from beginning to end, right? Her dad died and she becomes queen at the end. Okay, fine. Love it. But then, yeah, you got Mileena, but if you know who Mileena is, you're like, there's no mention of her in this movie. Maybe they could have said something or showed it somewhere down the line. Like, there was a Mileena, but, she got killed a few years ago. Or I don't know how long this is or whatever. Anyway, also, I think I mentioned this before, or I started to say it, but the tournament fights are determined by this hourglass. So whenever the hourglass is empty, people teleport to, like, a stage and they fight, right? But it seemed like that kept happening, like, back to back. Like, things would happen and then all of a sudden, it's time for me to fight. I'm glowing. I'm disappearing. But then at one point you're like, what time is it? Because should we be at the next fight? It's like that part of the movie just went away. Right? Because there's a lot of shit going on when I'm like, I feel like there should be another fight scheduled somewhere. But it's not. Because all this shit is happening. Like Katana, like Jade captures Katana because she finds out she's she's betraying everybody, and then Katana gets chained up. So now she's chained up, and I was like, is she gonna disappear, go to another fight or something? Like, well, no, that didn't happen. I don't know. That was weird. I think those are all my points that I saw. I mean, I would definitely watch it again. Like I've seen the 2021 Mortal Kombat a few times. You know, the more you watch it, the more you're like, I keep ruining it for myself. But they're fun watches. Again, based off of like, especially that Annihilation movie. Oh my god. Yeah. These can't stand. Anyway, look, you guys. Mortal Kombat was a fun movie. Fun movie. So, I am going to rate Mortal Kombat 2 with 3.5 shots. Now, I don't do halves here at the O Show. It will be rounded up to a 4, but I want to give it a 4. I'm going to give it 3.5. Like, it's good. It's not perfect. They could have tweaked some things here. But again, you can't please everyone. And again, you really should not be taking these movies too serious. It's a video game. So they're doing the best they can. I get it. But, you know, there are some things you're just like, well, why you do that? Well, you could have just did this. So, again, I like the characters. There weren't too many. I was hoping there was going to be, like, other fights in, like, the background. But then I guess with the way, I mean, it's 5. I was hoping there'd be like 10, but I guess not. I was waiting to just see other like random people in the background, just kind of fighting. If that makes sense. I'm just saying. I don't know. There's enough characters in it already, so we can't overdo it like Annihilation because that was just a mess. So you guys, this movie's gonna get rounded up to a 4. So I will take this shot here, which would be super gross because I have been drinking coffee because it is early in the morning. All right, so cheers. A mess. I should have like some Baileys. Oh, what was I thinking? Ugh, it just tastes worse. What am I doing in my life? Alright, guys, please let me know. Oh, God. Hold on. Please let me know in the comments if you saw Mortal Kombat. What did you think? Did you notice anything else too? Like, I want to go back and just look at the background. Like, it is beautiful. I'm just, I might have been sound like I was talking trash, but like the backgrounds and everything is cute. I do like it. Yeah. I don't know. It's craziness. So let me know in the comments your thoughts of the movie. What you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? I wasn't a fan of the music that they kept playing throughout. It's not until the end credits where you get the techno, the famous Mortal Kombat song. And then as they show the actors' names, it will call out their character's name. Kano, Sub-Zero, if you know, you know. All right. Are you a fan of the games? Let me know. Let's have a discussion. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me. But in the meantime, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I shall see you all in the next episode. So until then, TTFN. Toasty!